interestingly enough, right after I made my response, like comment response video, I received my very first video response of a TikTok creator that I just want to briefly talk about. Now, obviously, I'm going to make it clear, do not go to this person's page and harass them. I don't support harassment. You know the deal. Don't support it. But I'm going to respond to what she has to say.
Hey, Sparky, listen up. I got some stuff to tell you. This is a conversation that women are having. Not women and men, women.
So, you're trying to use this argument of this is a woman's only conversation, so you should stay out. Doesn't work with me for this reason. One, we're on TikTok. This is a public platform. I, along with everyone else, has the right to talk about whatever conversation or topic we want. Do not tell me what I can and cannot talk about. If you want to have your little private group chats, go to Facebook for that. Number two, the conversation of relationships is not exclusively for women, although you can talk about different perspectives, like the female and male perspective of the relationships. And I can agree with you that I'm not a female. I can't talk about the women's experiences in relationship dynamics in that sense. But I can talk about just the general process of getting into a relationship, which is something that both men and women have to go through. Like vetting out a partner, getting to know the partner, determining whether or not you're compatible with that partner. That's not a gender-specific attributes or trait in a relationship. And I would give that same advice for men. Basically, in that last video, I talk about women struggling in relationships. It's like learn how to discern which partner is good for you and not. That's not women-specific advice. That's advice that you would give to anyone. And this is not even relationship-specific advice. This is stuff that you would say for any type of relationship, not just romantic, but like picking out good friends or cutting off toxic family members.
And if we have a problem with her, we'll tell her. If we don't have a problem with her, we'll tell her. But that's for us to have the conversation.
I'm not telling you how you should or shouldn't have a type of conversation. I'm just making a basic observation based on the conversations that have been going on this app. All I pretty much said in my last video is that some of these women who are in relationships are screwing you over by not even trying to help you find a good man, but trying to continue to fearmonger to you that there are no good men. Even though they're literally a walking contradiction, they have a man. That's basically the only observation or the primary thing that I said in that video.
This is not a door that's opening for you to walk on through and start telling us how we're allowed to have a conversation or how we're allowed to behave. You men have been doing that for millennia.
It's pretty much just an opinion that I said. And you're trying to sit there and trying to invalidate that opinion because I'm not a woman. So because I'm not a woman, my opinions don't have value. That I don't know what I'm talking about. That nothing I say is true. Is that what you're trying to insinuate here? And don't try to play victim with that last remark about men have been doing it for millennia. You haven't lived for a millennia. You live in the most privileged time possible. So don't play that game. Don't pull that card.
Now, I know that old habits are hard to break. So let's call this the brick fucking wall. You are not welcome in this space. You are not welcome in this conversation. We don't care what your opinion is. You have two choices. You can sit down, shut up, and listen, or you can leave. Those are your options.
Okay, so once again, I don't need your permission to talk about what I want to talk about, just like you don't need my permission to talk about what you want to talk about. This is a public platform where people can share what they want to talk about. The statement about being quiet and listening part is pretty clear that you're not interested in a conversation. So why on earth would I want to listen to you? In a conversation, listening is a two-way streak. But you don't want it to be a two-way streak. You want to lecture and berate and talk down to people. You don't want to actually have conversations because you don't want to listen and understand yourself. So why on earth should I?
But we women aren't having men come into our conversations and start dictating them. Okay?
This is a compliance test that you're trying to put down. You want me to comply to what you have to say and blindly just listen and agree with everything you have to say. It's pretty clear with your handles, with the 4B hashtag, with the man versus bear hashtag, that this is a complacency thing. You want me and just men in general to blindly agree and listen to what you have to say without any type of sympathy or understanding in return. And I already touched upon this on my videos talking about the man versus bear thing, that you just want a one-way empathy. You have selective compassion. You just want people to empathize with you and listen to you. But you don't want to do the same. And I'm not going to agree to those conditions. And so should anyone else.